no grip. This is scary. As you just saw, and I wasn't trying to be funny, I just started the camera, the traction is off, and I just took a quick turn, and you saw how the tail whipped out. I mean, look at this. Ooh. The car is sliding. Why is the car sliding? Because I'm still riding on summer tires. It is 51 degrees outside, but I just started driving the car. The tires are very cold. It's actually one of the warmest days recently. It's been in the 20s or 30s, and I've noticed that the tires are so slippery. It's extremely dangerous for me to drive on these tires. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be swapping out these tires from my winter ones. Second gear from 40 to 50, my tail spun out.
And of course, as soon as I made the introductory video, it started to rain. So fast forward a couple of days, here we are, and we're doing the swap finally. These are the tools that you need. It's extremely simple to do this. You need some sort of a jack and something to remove the wheels. I use this gun, which is very, very handy. If you don't have one and you work on cars, try to invest in one. And these are the wheels that we're going to be putting on. So to those of you, because I get a lot of questions about what wheels I run during the winter, so these are the OEM 513M wheels that have been powder coated black. And I've actually been using these wheels both for the track during the summer, and during the winter I just swap the winter tires, and I do that. This season I had them ceramic coated. I actually ceramic coated them myself. I had to clean them as best as possible, but they did have a lot of grime from the track, so I did the best that I could. And then, by the way, if your tire shop refuses to use black weight, switch your tire shop. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I've been begging them to use black weights. They do have them, they just always forget to do it. So I painted them black with a magic marker. I'm gonna have to redo this, obviously. But yeah, the barrels, everything inside and out has been ceramic coated. These are Dunlop Winter Sport 3D tires, but in my opinion, you can run any type of a winter tire and you should be good. This tire is directional, so this tire can only go on this side of the car. So pay attention to that when you're doing the swap yourself. And in terms of the size, I run a square setup, 255 40 18. And the rear wheel obviously is a 10-inch wide versus the front, which is 9, I believe. So in the back, you do have a bit of a stretch, but it's nothing to cry home about, and I've been running this for the last 3 years with no issue. And this is one way to compare the stretch. This is the front tire, this is the rear tire. Again, same width, 255 40 18, just this is mounted on a 9-inch wheel, this is mounted on a 10-inch wheel. As you can tell, yes, you can see the difference in stretch, but it's nothing really too crazy. And before we take these wheels off, let's look at them one more time. They're extremely filthy. I did not wash my car for the last, no joke, 5 weeks. I haven't touched it. Because the car is ceramic coated and because I have my mud flaps, obviously, the car stays extremely clean except the wheels. These wheels have not been ceramic coated, so you can see there's a lot of brake dust on them, which is very, very embarrassing. And I'm also running 18mm spacers all around. So this is 18mm front and 18mm back. I'm curious to see how these wheels will compare 18 versus 18, because I am used to riding these wheels with 12mm spacers. And let's take a look at the tires when the wheel came off. These are Pilot Super Sport tires. They have plenty of thread left. The camber, I have a bit of a negative camber. We can barely see any wear on the inside. I run 37, 38 PSI in all of my tires across the season. And then of course, let's inspect the wheel well. Not much to see here except these 18mm Berger Motorsports spacers, which I really, really like. I am still running OEM pads. I do switch them out between track days because these are virtually squeak free. And this is my M Performance suspension that I installed a couple of months ago. Extremely happy with this setup. And as you can tell, I've got about, maybe 1/4 of an inch to go down. So These are lowered pretty far, I would say. I really like the look. I am tempted to raise it for the winter, but you know what? I like to live dangerously, so I won't. And then of course, I have to remind you about these awesome mud flaps. This is the new design, the most seamless design that I've created. See how it flows from here to there? These are really awesome and help me keep the side of my car virtually squeaky clean. And then in the name of, while we're here, we're gonna clean the calipers because it's really easy to get to them now versus trying to stick my fingers through the spokes of the wheel. We have to stop work because we have an inspector, a township inspector who came in. Do you want to sit in the car, township inspector? We're gonna do this work while the inspector sits
Daddy,
in the car. Yes?
Daddy, put this. I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need this. No.
I don't want these shoes.
So take them off. Okay, you gonna watch me from the inside? Yeah. All right, a moment of truth. Let's see how the wheel fits with the spacers. All right, not bad at all. But check this out. From the side, this is the poke with 18mm spacers. Really cool, actually. And this is what it looks like from the side. So which wheels do we like better? This or that? This? How come? We don't know. All right, we did the front. So this is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. You can see the comparison between the two. It's time to do the back. Ooh. And this is the back tire, obviously a lot less life. In this one, I think, I don't know, maybe the tires in the back spin faster than the front ones. One thing to notice is because of a negative camber in the back, I do have a bit more wear on the inside. So these tires probably have a couple of thousand miles left on them. Maybe we're gonna destroy them in a massive burnout one of these days. What, are we cleaning them? What? But I guess they'll last me a couple of thousand miles, but that's it. And again, this is the back wheel well. We've got the caliper and the rotor. The rotor is still original. Many track days on this one. It's still fairly good, so I'm happy with it. Original brake pads, again, they get swapped out before every track day. And I've got my M Performance suspension there, which has been treating me very well. And so in the back, I can go another maybe ½ inch or maybe 3/4 of an inch down. So if you want to look like my car, these are the measurements that you could follow. Other than that, really nothing to write home about with this wheel well. Yeah, I do have my mud flaps here, which again protect my expensive diffuser. But other than that, this is pretty ready for the winter. And again, we're gonna clean the caliper. All right. I need the wheels to settle, so I'm gonna move the car forward and back. This is what the car looks like with the winter tires. Again, front and back is done. I kind of like the black color, but I don't like the size. I do prefer the 19s. But let's take a look at the poke on the side with 18mm spacers. So, okay, if we can get over the singing. Look, check this out, Violet. What do you think of the poke in the back? So, the poke in the back, I have to say that with these 18mm spacers, I could use maybe 20mm spacers, but I won't. Only because the rear tires are narrower than the 265s that or 275s that I replaced them with. But you know what, for the winter, it should be fine, and it's gonna give me extra snow clearance. But again, this is what it looks like. I do need to torque down the wheels and do the other side. And we're officially done. I've got to say, every year that I put these wheels and tires on, I like to look. This year, I'm not so happy about them because I got so used to the 19 inches. The black with a hint of silver, I think it works very well. Yeah, the black works well with this one, but I still prefer the 19s and the look of the 19s. But you know what? It'll get us through the winter. So one more time, this is what the car looks like with the 18-inch OEM wheels, painted gloss black, and 255, 40, 18 winter tires all around with a bit of stretch in the back. But yeah, I think it looks really, really cool. And this is the poke you get in the front with 18mm spacers. And as we walk to the back, this is the poke, or lack thereof, you get with 18mm spacers in the back, only because the tires are narrower than requirements. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to add, as I took off the back wheel on the other side, I noticed that the inside is already corded, so these tires will have to be replaced in the spring. Now, I'm debating whether or not I should sell these tires and wheels, because I just got an idea. While I love the look of these, I think the car would look awesome with gold CS wheels. Let me know what you think about this idea, and if you have one set for sale, maybe hit me up, or if you want to trade for these wheels, maybe we can make a deal. So hit me up. Okay, and we're done for the day. We wanted to what?
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Give me a maybe thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye. We're gonna wave to people. Just to repeat the test from the intro, we're gonna take the same corner here at the same speed. A lot more grip with snow tires.